If you're a small business owner and you were ever disappointed or frustrated with getting a bad review online on the likes of Google Review or TripAdvisor or Trustpilot or any of those, this next story, which comes from the High Court, will give you a bit of a chuckle. It's reported by the Irish Times there on Wednesday of this week. A Dublin man who posted defamatory Trustpilot and Google reviews has been ordered to pay €40,000 damages for defamation, the High Court has ruled. The man's name is James Manning, and he made some defamatory comments online in various review sites against a firm called Stillorgan Gas Heating and Plumbing Limited. The man posted the defamatory internet reviews when he had a dispute with the company in question. The man, James Manning, is from Rathfarnham. He was found to have defamed Stillorgan Gas Heating and Plumbing Limited from Dunleary in County Dublin in 4 reviews that he posted in February 2022 on the Trustpilot review website and on the firm's Google Maps review page. And anybody who's in business knows that it's very, very frustrating and very hurtful, quite frankly, to receive reviews, bad reviews, especially when you believe that they're not actually warranted. It's very, very frustrating to receive bad reviews from anybody, especially bad reviews that are sort of set out to do you damage and do you harm. 2 of the reviews, which included untrue references to the firm, such as describing them as con men, were removed after 24 hours and 2 were removed after 4 days. Mr. Manning then, when he was served with the papers in relation to the defamation action in the High Court, failed to put in a defence to the company's action. And last October then, the High Court gave judgment in default of an appearance by the defendant to the plaintiffs, the Stillorgan company. The case then came before the High Court judge this week to assess damages, and he found in a judgment published this week that the company was entitled to €40,000 in damages over the defamation. And there is to be a hearing then in a fortnight's time, I think it is, about the question of costs. And the question of costs, quite frankly, is very, very likely to go in favour of the plumbing company as well, because the general rule is that the winner takes all, and so these lads won their case for defamation against this Mr. Manning, and they will be entitled to their costs. Now, I don't know what their costs will be, but I mean, €20,000 is probably a fair guess or a fair stab. So €20,000 on top of the €40,000 damages that Mr. Manning must pay is a fairly hefty blow, but nevertheless, keyboard warriors and people who are, prepared to try to do down somebody, especially a small business owner who's doing their best and so on, must have regard for the consequences of their actions. The reviews are put up shortly after the work was carried out by the plumbing company on the gas boiler in the rented property in Ranelagh, which was owned by Mr. Manning's sister. Mr. Manning assisted in the management of the property. The boiler was found to be working, but a problem arose in relation to the circulating water pump, and it had to be replaced, and other work then had to be carried out as well. A dispute arose between the plumbing company and Mr. Manning over the price, which was €1,190. €1,190. He refused to pay. As a consequence of his refusal to pay, the company removed the pump valves, piping and compression fittings that they had installed. Mr. Manning then got another plumber to fix the boiler at a cost of €794. Mr. Manning might have thought this €794 was great value, but obviously it has cost him significantly more later on, because Mr. Manning then posted what he said were 4 reviews describing the firm as, quote, absolute con men, quote, gangsters, quote, cowboys. He also told the firm that he'd be making a report to Rathmines Gardaí, which he did in February 2022.